You doing okay?
What did Deputy Norris say?
Deputy Norris, did you say anything to Deputy Melton? He's busy right now.
Okay. Did you talk to your client, Clifford Clark?
Clark. Yes, I did.
Okay. And is Miss Vigilante there?
Not yet. She'll be here in a few minutes, I'm sure.
Okay, because I need to know if I need to bring Miss Bowen around.
Baldwin with a D? Okay, I'll ask.
No, Bowen.
Bowen, okay, I'll ask her.
And I'm gonna.
Matter of fact, hey Siri, text delivery.
It's not for you to hold it in your hand. Hey, Solomon.
Do you want Deputy Milton to bring Bowen to the screen? Hi, tell him to call. I'll call her. Milton.
Yes,
422-392.
copy that.
Thank you. I'm about to live it. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are doing well this morning.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I guess as soon as courtroom 2 is ready, we'll get going.
Y'all, the courtroom 2 is ready. It's the attorneys that I'm waiting for.
I know you're always ready, so
Ready to go.
good morning. Good to see you.
Same here, sir. Hey, Kel Bob, who's your client? I can't hear you. You're muted. Okay. We're gonna put you on.
Roderick Walker.
Mr. Walker? Come on up.
Can I have a moment to speak with Mr. Walker?
To Miss Lewis or Judge Morrow, do you have the SAP recommendations, the SAP PD's results for both Miss Vigiletti and whomever is with Miss Vigiletti today?
Ms. I do.
You have our announcements, Ms. Falk?
I only have one set of announcements, and that's from Miss Vigiletti.
Okay.
So if whomever the other announcements were, if you could just forward them over to me, that would be great.
Those are gonna be mine.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Ms. Falk, I'm forwarding it to you now.
I appreciate it
Both are
so
on there,
much.
no
Thank
problem.
Sorry, you got left out.
you.
Miss Grace, can you forward those to me also?
That's Ms. Tyson. Yes, I will.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, we did that last night, but sometimes the right button doesn't get pushed. I tell you, I don't know.
Totally understand. And it appears Miss Vigiletti is stuck in jail security at the moment, but she's headed our way.
Yeah, she'll be here soon. Also, let's see, what number is it? 16, Hughes. I need to reset that a week.
Okay. Position 16, Robert Hughes, will be reset until Tuesday, April 9th.
Perfect.
Okay.
He's free doing that.
Okay. And Your Honor, this is gonna be position number 5 and position number 6, Mr. Kevin Beatty, or Beatty.
Okay.
Warren's
And this is
brother.
it. And these are negotiated, please, Mr. McLean.
I believe that is correct. Is that correct, Mr. Beatty? Negotiated, please? Yes. Yes, Your Honor, we just taking a look at the list.
Okay, very good. Mr. Beatty, good morning. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down, Mr. Beatty. Thank you. Yes, Ms. Falk.
Yes, Your Honor. On position 5, the criminal trespass, the state's recommendation is 12 months served, 32 days, credit for time served, 16 days, balance suspended, stay away from 1071 Cato Street Northwest. On position 6, the offensive battery, the state's recommendation is 12 months probation, served 32 days, credit for time served for 16 days. That's from March 16th of 2024 to today. Balance probated, 8 weeks of anger management, 60 hours of community service, and no further violent contact with Mary Montgomery. We would like to sound for Mary Montgomery at this time, and we do ask the defense stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of this plea.
For the purposes of today's plea, we do so stipulate, yes.
And if Ms. Montgomery's on the line, just to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. Doesn't appear so. Yes, Mr. McLean.
Your Honor, he asked the court to accept the negotiated plea. That is what he expected to hear.
Mr. Beatty, it's my understanding that in case 20 CR 000677C, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass, and in case 24 CR 001276C, you wish to plead guilty to battery. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the pleas as negotiated, Mr. Beatty. Let's see, on the battery charge, as soon as you complete the 8 weeks of anger management and the 60 hours of community service, I'm going to have that go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't have to be on reporting probation, and the sooner you won't have to pay those fees, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Beatty.
Hey, who's next? Hey, do that back there.
All right, now he's gotta tell me.
Make sure, yeah, he has to do that back there, so keep moving, you can't hurt anybody. So. Baby, nobody says security, but come on, we'll be
Who we got?
real. You see that? Hello, you put it out for the bottom.
Right there, Mr. Bonner. Your Honor, this client's last name is pronounced Bardo.
And that's position number 4, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Mr. Bardo. Let's see. This is going to be an arraignment and a bond hearing.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and would you like me to arraign him this morning, or are you going to file a waiver?
No, Your Honor, we'll file a written waiver.
Okay. Let's see, Mr. Bardo, good morning. You've been charged in case 24 CR 001316A with theft by shoplifting. We're conducting this hearing today by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. What is the current bond?
Your Honor, the current bond is a $1,500 surety bond.
Okay. Let's see, you can proceed, Ms. Falk.
Yes, Your Honor. This incident happened on February 11th, 2024. Officers were dispatched to Walmart at 4735 Jonesboro Road in Union City in reference to a shoplifting. They spoke to the defendant who had been skip scanning items at the self-checkout machine with a value of $52.72. And the defendant was placed under arrest. He did have a small black pocket knife on his person. He was also wanted for probation violation out of Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office for failure to appear out of Collier County Sheriff's Office. So he actually had 2 outstanding warrants for him when he was arrested by the officers in Union City. Just briefly looking at his jail history, that is reflected. He does have the current foreign county hold with no bond out of Gwinnett County. And going to his criminal history, which I believe may be why the bond of $1,500 was given. He has a extensive history out of Ohio. He also has an extensive history out of Florida. And he has a history out of Georgia, which includes, let's see, how many cycles? It's 10 cycles. He was convicted in 2015 of multiple counts of entering auto, possession of tools for commission of the crime. He has a contempt of Superior Court for failure to appear out of Clayton County in 2016 probation violation, and another it looks like another contempt of Superior Court for fingerprintable charge in 2017 in Clayton County, another one in 2017. They're 5 days apart, it looks like. Another probation violation in 2017 where he was actually revoked to confinement. A parole violation in 2021, multiple counts of identity fraud in 2022, as well as conspiracy to commit a crime for which he was convicted in May of 2023 and given 10 years with 1 year to serve. And then a parole violation in 2023, and then this theft by shoplifting in 2024. 4. That is in addition to what appears to be 12 cycles out of Florida and is in addition to what appears to be 12 cycles out of Ohio. So I believe the reason for the $1,500 surety bond, which is extremely reasonable considering the circumstances, altogether, he has approximately 32 cycles out of Florida, Ohio, and Georgia, and appears to be committing crimes unabated. It doesn't appear to be slowing down at all. And a lot of these crimes are theft crimes or just failing to appear or failing to report for court. And for that reason, we ask that the bond remain as set.
Thank you. Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, this is out of the pattern I just heard. He's asking the court to consider a signature bond. He does have other matters to go to, and he promises that he will make court here.
Do we know what the holes are for, Ms. Falk?
Your Honor, normally the either probation or pretrial services can assist us with that because I can't actually see what his hold is for.
Okay.
But I know he
Give me
does
one
have a
second. I can
hold.
tell you. Give me one
Okay.
second, Your Honor.
I do know.
Okay.
he
Because I
has
feel
a
like,
hold
yeah,
out
I feel like
there.
I saw it. Yeah, give me 1 second.
Thank you.
It's a violation of probation, and that warrant was signed January 11th of 2024 out of Lawrenceville.
You know, so Mr. McLean, I'm concerned about all the probation violations that he doesn't show back up. You know, he can promise all he wants to, but he has a history of not showing back up. So I don't know why this would be any different. I'm not inclined to reduce the bond at this time, given his history of not returning.
We understand the analogy, Your Honor. If it pleases the court, let me put him to the end of the calendar. I'm going to talk to him further about today's court session.
Okay, just let me know.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back with you, Mr. Barrio.
Thank you.
Next, we're gonna go to position number 14, Mr. Joseph England.
And what do we do, Mr. England, this morning, Mr. McLean?
Let's see, let me, I was, because the number 196 in the middle of the trio of numbers that in our lawyer slang we usually transmit offers in, that 196 struck me as being divided by 2 and equaling 98, which is 15 days shy of the 83. I didn't know if that was a typo or if that was the intended offer. Was it supposed to be 196?
Your Honor, just taking a look at his history, that was the intended offer.
Understood. If we might have just a moment on mute.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go back. Thank you, Your Honor, for the respite there. We have discussed the case. We had put it down for a counter offer. We discussed the pros and cons shortly and briefly along the lines of what we discussed in far more detail yesterday in terms of alternatives. He would like to switch from counter offer to accepting the negotiated plea. We did need to clarify that point about 196, and it will mean 15 extra days. We would, technically speaking, I shouldn't call it a negotiated plea because if we're going to eat the 15 days, so to speak, I would like to argue that the fine could be less, like 100 instead of 500. So let's call that an unnegotiated plea, shall we?
And Your Honor, the fine is statutory, based on this defendant's history, although he has a number of cases out of Florida. Wait, hold on. Let me just make sure that is Florida. Out of Louisiana, excuse me. Out of Louisiana, Texas, and he does have theft by shoplifting convictions. Even though they are not within this state, it would still qualify him for that $500 fine. And let me just double check and see if he does have any convictions for theft by shoplifting in this state as well. But either way, the $500 fine is statutory. It is not something that the state can negotiate away. And he does have a previous theft by shoplifting in Fayette County Superior Court in May of 2022, where he got 3 years probation for theft by shoplifting, as well as 80 hours of community service and a $1,000 fine and restitution. And so that is the basis, and has multiple arrests for theft by shoplifting here in Georgia. But that is the only conviction in Georgia. But he does also have theft by shopliftings in other states.
Wouldn't mind converting it to 50 hours of community service instead of a $500 fine, Mr. McLean, if that would assist him in any way, if that's what he chooses to do.
Yes, Your Honor, that would certainly work as well. Appreciate that.
Okay.
Good idea.
All right, we ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. For the purpose of the plea, he stipulates to venue and identification and factual basis, and as
Okay. Let me let Ms. Falk put the recommendation on the record.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is 12 months to serve 196 days, credit for time served 83 days. That is from January 11th of 2024 to today. Balance probated. The state is requesting the statutory $500 fine. Anti-theft course, stay away from 4735 State Route 138, Union City, which is the Walmart. That's all for the state, and we would ask the defense stipulate to venue factual basis and identification for the purposes of this plea.
for those purposes, we certainly do.
Anything further, Mr. McLean?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, and did I already swear Mr. England in? I don't know if I did.
Raise your hand. Don't think so, Your Honor.
Okay, good morning, Mr. England. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
The truth, right.
Okay, you can place your hand down, Mr. England. Let's see. You've been charged in case 24 CR 001446B with theft by shoplifting. It's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to that charge. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Right.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I will accept the plea as negotiated. Mr. England, I'll convert the $500 fine to 50 hours of community service. And when you complete the anti-theft class and the community service, I will have the probation go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. England.
Thank you.
All right. So, good to meet you. No, yeah, Zoom as quick as you can. Do it within a couple week period.
Next, we're going to position number 21, Mr. Gerard Miles.
Let's see, that's a negotiated plea.
Okay.
Right. Your Honor, Mr. Miles does have an inquiry for the state. Is there something else that is open that would be related that should be handled together?
Oh, that's what I put in. I want to do it one time.
Let me just check. Not to my knowledge, I'm looking in case manager. It appears that he had a 2017 no insurance acquiring license plate, driving without a valid license and driving while license withdrawn that is closed. And then this open case. And he pled guilty on that case to no insurance and acquiring license plate for purpose of concealing identification. I do not see, just double check one more place. I do not see any open cases for him. It looks like he has 2 foreign county holds, one from Dade County, one from Union City, and then our case for battery and criminal trespass. But no, I do not see an additional case on the case manager or in the jail system.
And the Union City matter was a what? Excuse me?
That would again be something I would ask either probation or pretrial services to assist me with, because I cannot see what the outstanding warrant is for, merely that he has an outstanding warrant.
Okay.
Union City looks like a failure to appear. In the Trenton, Georgia, that's a failure to appear also.
Okay.
Okay, very good. That doesn't seem to be analogous and would interfere with or cause recidivism, so he's ready to go forward.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Miles. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Miles. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. You can place your hand down. Mr. Miles, you've been charged in case 24CR0. I'm sorry, Ms. Falk, I have not gotten your recommendation.
Oh, yes, Your Honor. I'm just used to you going over the swearing in and everything before I do. I can go ahead and give it now.
Go ahead.
The state's recommendation on the battery is 12 months, serve 30 days, credit for time served 15 days. That is going to be from March 19th, 2024 to today. Balance probated, 8 weeks of anger management, no further contact with Denisha Gant. That is Deneisha. Her last name Gant, Gantt. Count 2 would be time served, which is the 30 days, credit for time served 15 days. We did have an opportunity to speak with Ms. Gant. She stated that she and the defendant were coworkers, that the defendant was sleeping out of his car, so she offered to let him stay in her son's room while she was away. She stated that once she found out the defendant was smoking weed in her home, she asked him to leave. He got upset, began to attack her and damage property in her home. She stated that she has not seen or spoken to the defendant since this incident on February 24th, and she does not wish to have contact with him. She also wants him to stay away from her residence, and so we are asking for a stay away from the residence of Ms. Gant as well, and I will put that address in the chat. That's all for the state. We would like to sound for Denisha Gant, and we would ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of this plea.
For said purposes, we do so stipulate.
If Ms. Gant is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. Anything further, Mr. McClain?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
And Your Honor, we would ask the defendant stay away from the whole of the Columbia Sylvan Hills apartments. That's located at 1150 Astor Avenue.
Right. Stay away from the entire complex.
Correct.
You understand.
All right. Mr. Miles, it's my understanding that in case 24CR001313F, you wish to plead guilty to battery and criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
I do.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Miles. When you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation, okay?
So can I ask?
All right.
No, but you'll ask me later. I'll get you into that. Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good luck to you, Mr. Miles. Yes, good morning, Officer Milton.
Good morning. I have before you, position 10 and 11, Mr. Clifford Clark. And then the others, I believe is Miss Vigilante. And I have one probation revocation.
Okay.
Clifford
And,
Clark is an unnegotiated plea on both 10 and 11.
okay. Good morning, Mr. Clark. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you can place your hand down, Mr. Clark. Ms. Tyson, may I get the history, please?
Yes, Your Honor, he has 12 arrest cycles. 12 arrest cycles beginning in 1985. His last arrest, let's see, was in Fulton County in March of 2014, and that was for a violation of probation. Everything else is outside of the 10-year period. 1 second, let's see. And he does have a violation of probation hold, Your Honor. Nothing to add.
Do we know what he's on probation for?
Let me check. Let me see if I can find something for you. Give me one moment. You can go ahead and come back to me.
Okay, Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. I also want to point out just briefly, the defendant has an arrest for family violence, a simple battery that does go back to 2012, but I do feel it is necessary to point that case out given the circumstances of this case. He was given 14 days of confinement on that case, as well as an arrest for aggravated assault back in 1996, which was not presented to the grand jury. So I just wanted to give a little bit more background, if I could, on this case, beginning with the incident on January 2nd of 2023. Excuse me, on December 1st of 2022, Officer Hayes received a call at a boarding house at 2608 Donald Lee Holloway Parkway. Upon arrival, they spoke with Atisha Lowe. She stated she was in the hallway speaking with another tenant, James Brightwell. While she was speaking to Mr. Brightwell, the defendant came out of his room, opened the front door outside, and Miss Lowe stated the defendant then pulled out a gun and fired it into the air, stating that was a warning. Officers then knocked on Mr. Clark's door. He did answer. They asked him if he fired a gun. He stated he did. So this would have been January 1st, 2023. They asked him if he fired a gun. He said he did to celebrate the new year. He then advised the gun was under his pillow. They looked under the pillow, recovered a .32 caliber H&R revolver, and then that concluded that case. The second case with Mr. Clark involved, again, an incident involving Miss Atisha Lowe. That was on February 7th of 2024 at 1881 Myrtle Drive, Southwest in Atlanta. Officers responded and spoke with the defendant, who had visible injuries to his face. He advised that he invited the Miss Atisha Lowe, who is his girlfriend, to his apartment, and she had just recently moved in. So there is a domestic violence relationship occurring here. She stated that, and when she was questioned, she stated that she came to the apartment. She entered the apartment. He confronted her, stating, "You've been out here effing and sucking." Miss Lowe advised that he then grabbed her, threw her against the wall. She ran out of the apartment, knocked on a neighbor's door to try to get help. He followed her out. He began punching her again and pulled out a pocket knife and cut her on the hand. She then advised that he began punching her in the face multiple times. While she was being attacked by him, she did grab his face and dug her nails into him. So that is the context for these two cases, which is why I pointed out the incident that happened back in 2012 with the simple battery family violence. The state's recommendation on position 10, the reckless conduct and terroristic threats and acts, is going to be 12 months to serve 180 days. He will receive credit for time served 55 days. That is from February 7th of 2024. Balance probated and no firearms. On count 2, the terroristic threats and acts, that will be 12 months to run concurrent with count 1. On case number 11, the battery, we would ask for 12 months serve 140 days, credit for time served 55 days. That is again from February 7th, 2024 to today. Balance probated, 12 weeks anger management, 60 hours of community service, and no further contact with Atisha Lowe. Our concerns here is there is an ongoing pattern of violence involving Ms. Lowe, and for that reason, we ask for the stay away. We would also like to sound for Atisha Lowe, but I do want to point out to the court that even though the defendant claimed he had fired the gun because it was New Year's, that coupled with his statement and the fact she was talking to another man at the time, also coupled with his jealousy and violence on the second occasion, shows that there is a pattern of violence here that is not just firing a gun to celebrate the new year, but is more to intimidate and threaten Ms. Lowe.
Let's see. Ms. Lewis also informs me that Mr. Clark is on today's probation revocation calendar, and apparently he's position number 1 and number 2. There was a battery family violence on May 16th of 2023 that I've not heard anything about at this point, or at least I don't think I have.
Yes, Judge, that's what I was going to say. That's probably the case that he's actually on probation for. So yes, that was an arrest from May 17th of 2023, battery family violence first offense, yes.
And Your Honor, I do want to point out that that incident also involved Atisha Lowe. He pled guilty on, it looks like June 1st of 2023 before Your Honor, received 12 months, served 16 days, and was ordered to have no further contact with Atisha Lowe, which he's clearly violated multiple times.
What was the date of that plea?
That plea was June 1st of 2023, and these incidents happened, well, one happened in January of 2023, but the other one happened in February of 2024, which would have been while he was still on probation.
Okay, and in violation of my order to him.
To have no further contact. That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and Mr. McLean, have you spoken with probation already about their recommendation?
We have not spoken with them about the recommendation, Your Honor. What is the balance?
Anything about it as of yet? Let's see. Who do we have on for probation today? Officer Brooks. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing well. Let me go ahead and hear about the probation revocation while I make my decision about the other 2 charges, if you don't mind. Where are we with his probation case?
For which one is it, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
This is position 1, Clifford Clark. Positions 1 and 2.
Your Honor. We are here for Clifford Clark for case number 23-CR0031564. He was seen before Judge Edie on June 1st, 2023 for battery. He was sentenced to 12 months probation. He last reported on September 21st of 2023. He still owes a balance of $280 to probation, $63 to the Victim Crime Fund. He was court ordered to complete a domestic violence class in which he never enrolled. I'd also like to add that he was given the information on July the 14th, August 24th, and September the 21st to enroll in the class, and he refused to. He missed an appointment on June 15th, June 23rd, June 29th. He got a told letter on July the 14th, which is what actually brought him into the office for his first visit. After he reported, then he picked back up the same behavior and he missed 2 appointments in August and we wind up sending another tolling letter and then we placed the warrant, Your Honor. And we're recommending revoke. He's not a good candidate for probation.
Your Honor, in light of the probation recommendation, let me reset this to either 2 days from now or a week from now, and we will discuss it further. I want him to I want to be sure that he fully understands the interplay of these two things, and that is something that we have now caught up to speed on.
Okay, I want to reset him for one of my calendars so I can see him back, Mr. McLean. So that's either going to be on Tuesday the 16th or Tuesday the 30th.
Certainly, either of those sounds fine, Your Honor.
You tell me.
16th, let's go 16th.
Okay, so we'll reset Mr. Clark for Tuesday, April 16th.
Your Honor, my apologies. I know that Officer Brooks stated revoke the balance. I didn't know how much was remaining on probation. I may have just missed it.
No, you didn't. I didn't hear.
My apologies. 169 days is remaining on probation.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so Mr. Clark, we'll see you back in a couple of weeks.
Come on, up. Next, we have position 8, Alicia Bowen.
Okay, Ms. Bowen.
Do me a favor.
Good morning, Ms. Vigiletti.
Good morning, Judge.
Let's see, what are we doing with Ms. Bowens today?
I actually do need to speak with her briefly. Ms. Bowens, we talked about getting some support services going, and I just need your permission to maybe reset this case to give us a chance to get that set up.
Okay, well, it's not a time served plea. So do you want to reset it for 2 weeks?
So I do believe the plea maybe is only asking for 3 more days.
Oh, okay.
And so I did, if it's possible, Thursday might not be enough time. Is it possible for us to speak privately for just a minute? I don't want to ask to reset a case for additional time.
Okay, no, I understand. So, Officer Milton, can we get Ms. Vigiletti to speak with Ms. Bowens, please?
Yes. Can we do my last 2 females, and then I can have a call, and then what I'm going to do is log off, go to Judge Cox's calendar, and then I'll come back.
Okay, so who are the other 2 that we need to address now?
Probation revocation, number 9, Tigner.
Yes, Your Honor. That case has been moved to the sitting judge. She wants to hear that case.
Okay, and I don't have a position number 9 on my calendar, so your case is being returned to the division judge. Who's the division judge, Officer Brooks?
Give me 1 second. I'll double check. I believe it's Porter.
It
1
is.
second.
Can you hear me, Judge? This is Katrina.
Yes. Yes.
It is. We sent out a revised revocation calendar, so I don't know if Officer Milton got it or not. But yeah, she's going back for Judge Porter.
Okay, so she's going to be going to Judge Porter's courtroom, Officer Milton. So you'll get a notice of your next hearing date, ma'am.
I have it if she would like it.
Okay, what's the next? What's the hearing
It's going to
date?
be on April the 11th at 1:30.
Okay. So you'll see Judge Porter on April the 11th, ma'am.
Next, we have Miss Sylvia Washington.
That's position number 37.
Yes.
Okay, and this is a negotiated plea?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, good morning, Ms. Washington. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? I can't hear you, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Washington. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommendation is 33 days, credit for time served, 33 days, release time served. The defendant is currently in custody on a probation violation out of the Superior Court case 18 SC 161442, where she is being held without bond. So I do not believe that this will result in her release given those circumstances.
Vigilante?
Yes, Judge, I spoke with Ms. Washington yesterday. She actually thought that this case had been resolved, but I did confirm, Ms. Washington, the hearing you had before was just a bond hearing. So this plea will resolve everything today. So we are prepared to accept the state's offer. So we just asked the court to accept the offer as recommended by the state this morning.
And I did omit, Your Honor, the state would ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of this plea.
So stipulated.
Ms. Washington, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 003263A, you wish to plead guilty to fare evasion. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. The fare was $1 on the market.
Okay. Hold on, Ms. Washington. Let me just say you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. So I'm sure that Ms. Vigilante will advise you just answer my questions, yes or no. If you have a question that you want to ask Ms. Vigilante, I'm happy to let you do that, but I don't want you to get yourself in any other trouble by speaking. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so my question to you was, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to this fare evasion charge. Is that right?
Correct.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, I'm not.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
Okay, I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Washington. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. We'll see you in a little while, Officer Milton.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, Judge. Any way we can adjust Mr. Kilball's case? I don't know if he got a chance to talk to his client or Ms. Falk.
Yeah, he was on the phone for quite a while. So he's finished now.
I did speak with Mr. Walker.
Okay, and what are we doing this morning, Mr. Kilball?
Mr. Walker does not wish to accept the plea offer from the state. I only represent him in the 20 CR case. He is being held, I believe he has a felony probation violation that's scheduled for the 12th of April. So he wishes to persist in his not guilty plea and just ask that it be scheduled for trial.
Okay. Let's see. Do I need to arraign him this morning, or are you gonna file a waiver?
I believe I've already filed a waiver in his case.
Okay, all right.
If I have not, I will do that, but.
Okay. Mr. Walker, good morning. Your case will be returned to the division judge, and you'll get notification of your next hearing date, sir.
Judge, I need clarification. He has two cases on the calendar. One case on the calendar. The reason why I contact Mr. Kilball because he was representing him on the case that's not on the calendar. The case that's on the calendar, I don't think he represent him, but they're both in Judge Raw. And that's why I contact him, because I did not know if he was appointed to the case that's not on the calendar. So they were trying to do a global offer. So are you going to represent him on the case that's on the calendar also?
I have not been appointed on that case.
So
I don't know if
So we're talking about case 23 CR 007220A. That's the case that's on the calendar.
That's correct.
Right? And what you're telling me is that Mr. Calbar, you're on another case of his?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and so I would imagine that, given that you're on that case and he qualifies, for your services, that he'll qualify for your services in this case. And if that's the case, then I'll go ahead and appoint you if you'll accept the, to represent him in the matter of position 36 on today's calendar.
Yes, I will accept, Your Honor.
Okay, and so as such, given, well, if you didn't represent him on this matter, could you have filed a waiver? guess
Oh,
I'm
I have not filed a
confused.
waiver on the 23 CR case. I'm sorry, I was speaking about the
Oh.
20 CR case.
Okay, well, I wasn't aware of that case. The only case that I was aware of was what was on the calendar. So would you like me to arraign him on the case that's on the calendar, or would you like to file a waiver?
I will file a waiver.
Okay, all right. So have we cleared everything up?
I think so.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
clear. I just need to know because at the time the state was offering a global plea and I didn't have that case. When I saw it on there, that's when I saw Mr. Kilbaugh was representing him on this case. Now, I mean, the case is not on the calendar, the 20 CR case, and that's why I contacted him to, you know, to see what was gonna happen between this case if he was to accept the global plea or not. So both
Okay.
cases will be returned back to Judge Roth, and I guess you'll just file your entry representing the 23 CR cases, because these cases are not holding him in jail.
Okay, I will do that.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, Ms. Lewis, and thank you, Your
You're
Honor.
welcome.
all right. Good to see you, Mr. Calvar. We'll see you next time.
Good to see you. Too. Take care.
Take care, and good luck to you, Mr. Walker.
Thank you, sir. Have a blessed day, Judge.
Do the same.
Next, we have positions, number 19 and 20.
Okay. So Ms. Vigiletti, whenever you're ready for me. Is she on the phone? Okay, so Joe Court's iPhone, Ms. Vigiletti's on the phone right now, so we'll get with you when we can. Do we have any of Mr. McLean's cases that we can take?
Lane is not in the courtroom.
Okay,
I don't know where he went.
okay, well, I guess we will be in recess until one of them is available.
All right.
We're in recess now. Both of y'all attorneys. Those only gonna be for about 5 minutes. All right. Did you talk to the guy?
Goldie, mute your phone. Mute the phone, Goldie.
What happened?
Mute. Your Honor, Ms. Vigiletti's ready.
Okay, yes, Ms. Vigiletti, let's see. This is Mr. Laban, position number 19 and 20. What are we gonna do with him this morning?
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't represent Mr. Laban. I was following up on Alicia Bowens, but let me see if I can find.
Okay. Do we have anyone in the courtroom that you do represent, Ms.?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, we'll come back to Mr. Laban and we'll just take someone. Oh, well, here he is, Mr. McLean.
Your Honor, Mr. Bardo would like to come back and take the plea offer the state offered before.
We're doing a bond right now. We're doing a bond.
A bond?
We're doing a bond.
Okay.
This is position 19 and 20, Mr. McLean.
19 and 20, let me see.
Did you query the bond?
Yeah, we're not ready on Mr. LeBon yet, Your Honor. If we could have a few minutes on that, we'll talk to him.
Okay. Well, you all just let me know where you'd like for me to go.
Mr. Bardo is ready.
Okay.
Wow. Come on.
Your Honor, if it please the court, he would like to change his position to a negotiated plea.
Okay. Let me just go ahead and, Mr. Bardo, if you raise your right hand for me. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you. Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is 12 months probation, served 66 days, credit for time served 33 days. That is from February 11th, 2024 until today. Balance probated, a $500 fine, anti-theft course, stay away from 4735 Jonesboro Road, Union City in Fulton County, Georgia. The state would ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of this plea. And we would state that the location of that address is the Walmart.
For the purpose of the plea, we certainly do so stipulate.
Anything further, Mr. McLean?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Mr. Bardo, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 001316A, you wish to plead guilty to theft by shoplifting. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning? You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation? You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury? Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, sir. Let's see, when you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get the terms done, the sooner you won't have to be on reporting probation and you won't have to pay those fees, okay?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Good luck to you, sir.
Have a blessed day.
You too.
You go to one. I mean, you just stand back there. I'll come and let you in a second. Here's your mom. Your Honor, we're just waiting for Ms. Vigilante to get off the phone.
Okay, so Mr. McLean, can we get you to call or get you to get in touch with jail court's iPhone to speak with your client?
Yes, Your Honor. If there's a number, or I could do a breakout session by zooming in.
Okay, do you have a laptop there?
I've got the iPhone with the Zoom app attached.
Okay, so let me know when. So we'll put you into a breakout room with jail court's iPhone then.
Okay.
So Ms. Grace, as soon as Mr. McLean is ready, if you'll put him and jail court's iPhone into a breakout room for us, please.
Your Honor, we're gonna go to position 12 and position 13, Mr. DeAndre Dallas. Right here.
Okay. What are we doing with Mr. Dallas this morning?
Mr. Dallas would like to enter a negotiated plea this morning.
Okay. Yes, good morning, Mr. Dallas. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is modified from what is on our submission based on further negotiations with PD Vigilante. On position 12, the obstruction of law enforcement officer count will be null crossed. Count 2, the criminal trespass, will be 12 months probation, served 24 days, credit for time served 12 days. That is from March 22nd of 2024 until today. Balance probated, 40 hours of community service, and stay away from the Civic Center MARTA station. On count 3, the fare evasion, it would be 12 months 12 months probation concurrent to count 1. On position 13, the failure to appear, we are null crossing that upon the plea to position 12. The state would ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of this plea. That's all for the state.
Yes, Ms. Frigiloni.
We do stipulate, Mr. Dallas and I have talked about ways he can get that community service done. And our only request, Judge, is if you'd consider perhaps a non-reporting status of his probation once he does complete that community service.
Okay. Mr. Dallas, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 0035553A, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass and fare evasion. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning? You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
I am.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
I am.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Mr. Dallas, let's see, when you complete the 40 hours of community service, I'll have the probation terminate. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on probation, okay?
Gotcha.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. And I see Mr. McLean there. You ready to go into the breakout room?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
There we go.
Judge, who's going in the breakout room, Mr. McLean?
Mr. McLean and the jail court's iPhone.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Your Honor, next we're gonna go to position number 26, Mr. Jonathan Roseberry.
Judge, if Mr. Roseberry and I could just speak very briefly, he thought his trial attorney would be here today, but he's not. I did get a message from the trial attorney, so if we could just speak very quickly.
Okay, no, you're fine. Put yourself on mute and let me know when you're ready.
Judge, Mr. Roseberry is wondering if it is possible to reset this case for 1 week from now. He has an open probation, felony probation issue, and it would like to have a chance to figure out when that hearing is gonna be. He does have a bond on this case.
So you want to reset it until April 9th?
That would be great.
Okay, we'll see you back on April 9th, Mr. Roseberry.
Thank you, Judge.
What position was this?
That's position 26.
Thank you.
Next, Your Honor, is gonna be position number 27, Mr. Saint Hilaire.
It's my understanding that this is a DA transfer request.
Your Honor, this is actually an interesting situation. The DA's office declined the request. However, the state cannot offer a plea at this time because the case is actually legally connected to the felony, which we believe will cause a double jeopardy issue. The defendant is currently in custody on that burglary case. And so we would like to, if necessary, the defendant is being held on a $1,000 surety bond on the criminal trespass. We are agreeable to changing that to a $1,000 signature bond through the jail, and then he can address his $15,000 surety bond on the burglaries.
Okay, is there
We are not prepared to go forward on the plea.
is there a stay away request, Ms. Falk?
I believe it would be part of the burglary as well, but let me just double check. But yes, there probably is. Let me just look at the bond conditions on the original bond recommendation. Okay, so the order on March 13th says $1,000 good bond, stay away from 2470 Camella Lane, CAMELLA, last lane, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons.
Okay, so Ms. Vigiletti, if you will prepare that modification for the court and get it to Ms. Lewis, I'll get it signed and entered, okay?
I will, thank you.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Saint Hilaire.
Next, Your Honor, we're gonna go to probation calendar, position 3 through 6. Mr. Thomas O'Malley.
Okay.
Wait, Mike McClain isn't in here, Your Honor, so.
Okay,
Can we do Mr. Brett Barlow? I don't know what position that is.
Brett Barlow is positions 1 and 2. Officer Brooks, I did not get a recommendation from Officer Allen for Brett Barlow. He's positions 1 and 2 on the calendar. They sent an updated probation calendar. So that's probably also what happened, Officer Allen.
I don't have Mr. Barlow on the updated count. You are?
I don't either.
He's not on.
Mr. Jordan sent, I believe yesterday, is he not on there?
He's not on my calendar. I don't
He
know.
is on mine, Your Honor, and I forwarded you the updated calendar that Mr.
Oh,
Jordan sent
okay.
out. My apologies. Does anyone else need the updated calendar?
I don't have it. Can I get a minute to pull up his case and do the paperwork? Is that okay?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Of course, Ms. Brooks.
Officer Brooks, do you need me to drop the case number into your chat if that would help?
Yes, could you please? Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Officer Brooks, we ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm ready to proceed. Thank you.
Okay, yes, thank you. As soon as Ms. Vigiletti's back with us.
Thank you.
You ready, Your Honor?
Yes, as soon as you all are ready. Is Ms. Vigiletti there?
Thank you, Your Honor. We're here for Brett Barlow, case number 23-CR004641Y. He was seen on August 29th, 2023 for criminal trespass. He was sentenced to 12 months probation and to complete a substance abuse evaluation. He never reported for probation and a warrant was placed for his arrest. He's been incarcerated for 137 days. Probation is requesting to terminate with time served unsuccessfully.
Vigiletti?
Yes, Judge, I talked to Mr. Barlow yesterday, and basically our discussion was that he understood the terms of probation, but he just got arrested, you know, in mid-November. So didn't have a chance to complete or to do much. So if I may check with him for a moment, I'm sure he'll be pleased with the time served recommendation, but if I can just real quick double check.
Okay, let me know.
Can you mute this real quick? All right.
Sorry.
Okay,
Yes,
Judge,
Ms. Vigiletti?
I've explained to Mr. Barlow, you know, what the recommendation is and that this will be a violation on his record. He understands and is happy to accept the recommendation of Officer Brooks this morning. So we're just asking the court to accept Officer Brooks' recommendation.
Okay, time served. Good luck to you, sir. Who can we take next?
We're gonna go to the probation 3 through 6, Mr. Thomas O'Malley.
Your Honor, that's the case where, having looked at the recommendation of the state, we'd ask to reset that to a different date. The court's pleasure, we'll talk to him and get some witnesses up for the hearing. That's Mr. Thomas O'Malley.
O'Malley, sit down.
When would you like to reset it until, Mr. McLeod?
Whenever it's convenient for the court. It's not terribly important which day we pick.
Okay, well, he's the one that's in custody, so you tell me.
I mean, we could do it in 2 days, or we could do it we'll be prepared in 2 days, or we can be prepared in a week.
Can we do it on Tuesday,
Okay.
next Tuesday?
Okay, we'll reset it for a week from today, which is April 9th.
Your Honor, let me make an announcement also that number 19 and 20 are going to be a waiver. That's LeBon. We spoke on the phone, spoke in the breakout rather.
Okay.
And of course, that leaves Mr. Adams, if he's available today, we'll still talk to Mr. Adams, who is 123. And we will talk with the fellow who's in Alpharetta, who's number 25. Jackson, 1718, is a negotiated plea.
Okay, so for 19 and 20, will we return to the division judge, Mr. LeBon? Who do we have with you there, Mr. McLean?
Yeah, so you're,
O'Malley that we're resetting for a week, probation.
Oh.
O'Malley. So
Okay.
I'll go see him back in the visitation booth on the floor. Yes, it is just probation.
All right, so I'm not sure where we are, but jail court iPhones, if this is Mr. Laban, your case is going to be returned to the division judge. You'll get notification of your next hearing date.
I'll file the waiver, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, is there anyone else that we can take? right
well,
now?
I have position number 28, Mr. Silver.
No.
I have that as a negotiated plea.
Yes.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Selva. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the, excuse me, state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, sir? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you. Yes, Ms. Falk.
Yes, Your Honor. Position 28, the state's recommendation is 12 months served 80 days, credit for time served 40 days. Balance, that would be from June 30th of 2023 to August 8th of 2023. Balance suspended, no further contact with Glenn Meanor, that is Glenn Meanor, and Alma Williams, common spelling for both first and last names. Stay away from 5449 Village Ridge in South Fulton. It appears that they're currently in custody for aggravated stalking on 24 SC 000716. We would like to sound for Mr. Glenn Meanor and Miss Alma Williams, and the state would ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of this plea. State rests.
Mr. Meanor or Ms. Williams is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity to do so. Ms. Vigiletti?
Yes, Judge, we do stipulate for the purposes of the plea. I did speak with Mr. Selver's felony attorney, and he sees no problems with Mr. Selver entering a plea this morning. So we just asked the court to accept the recommendation of the state.
Mr. Selva, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 006243A, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery. Is that correct?
Correct.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Good luck to you, Mr. Silver.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you, Judge.
welcome. Anyone else that we can take?
You ready to stop?
Yes.
Your Honor, we can go to Mr. Solomon Stroud. And that's going to be position number 32 and 33.
What are we doing with Mr. Stroud this morning?
Ms. Falk, I just sent you an email maybe an hour ago. I just met with Mr. Stroud this morning, with one minor request.
Sure. Let me take a look at it.
Thank you.
And you said you sent it to me about an hour ago?
I believe so. Here, let me double check. And if I find it, I can re-forward it.
No, the last email I have from you is regarding Deonjane Dallas, which you sent at 9:02 this morning.
Oh, I drafted you an email about an hour ago. I will
No worries. Just go ahead and send it over and I'll take a look at it.
I mean, is there any reason that you just can't ask her?
You sure? Or just ask me.
Yeah, it's no problem. Well, I can't, perhaps we could stop the recording.
Do you, or since he's seems to be the last one, can I place you into a breakout room maybe?
That would be great,
Would
yes.
that be better? Okay, so can we place Ms. Falk in courtroom 2? Is that all right with you, Ms. Vigiletti? To place you into a breakout room? Okay, Ms. Grace?
Yes.
All right. And so we'll be in recess until they return.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Your Honor? I jumped out really quickly so that Ms. Vigiletti could talk to her client, but I believe this will be a plea.
Okay, thank you. It's fine.
What's his left? Oh, here. Your probation. We go to the left, on the right side of the spot. You want to the left, on the right side of the spot. Stop right there.
Ms. Vigiletti?
Yes, Judge, Mr. Stroud, is prepared to, accept the plea as negotiated this morning.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Stroud. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? Yeah, you have to speak up for me, sir.
Yes, I agree. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Stroud. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. Yes, Ms. Falk.
Yes, Your Honor. There has been a modification which I will announce on count one, the obstruction of a law enforcement officer. The recommendation is 12 months probation concurrent with count two. On count two, the theft by taking, the state's recommendation is 12 months served 30 days. Credit for time served 9 days. That's going to be from August 21st to the August 21st, 2024, and then March 26th, 2024 to today. Balance probated. Instead of a anti-theft course, we have converted that to 40 hours of community service. We are asking that restitution remain open for 30 days for Mr. Charles Nemon, Nemon. No further contact with Mr. Charles Nemon, and stay away from 383 Woodward Avenue Southeast. We would like to sound for Mr. Charles Nemon, and we would ask the defense to stipulate to venue factual basis and identification for the purposes of the plea. That's all for the state.
You know what the restitution is for, Ms. Falk?
A package was stolen, Your Honor, and so it's whatever the contents of the package are. I think it is a nominal amount of restitution, but I'm not sure because I'm not sure what was in the package.
Okay, thank you. If Mr. Nemon is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. Ms. Vigiletti?
Yes, Judge, we do stipulate to venue basis and factual ID. I've talked to Mr. Stroud about the terms of the plea, and we just asked the court to accept the recommendation of the state this morning.
Okay. Mr. Stroud, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 0000566J, you wish to plead guilty to obstruction of a law enforcement officer and theft by taking. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by Ms. Vigiletti. Are you happy with her representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge or these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Well, I have to plead not guilty then.
You don't want a jury trial, do you, Mr. Stroud?
No, I don't.
Okay, and you understand that you have a right to a jury trial if you wish.
Okay.
Okay. Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, they haven't.
Okay, I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Stroud. When you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Stroud. And position number 33 will be null process, my understanding.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor, that is correct.
Okay, who do we have at jail court's iPhone?
We have on probation calendar, position 7 and 8, Mr. Smith.
Roderick.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's see. Good morning, Mr. Smith. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the probation revocation calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Ms. Brooks, Officer Brooks.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're here for case number 22-CR002930J. He was seen before Judge Benson on January the 4th of 23 for driving, fleeing, or attempting to elude a police officer and reckless driving. He was sentenced to 12 months probation. Defendant was also sentenced to complete a defensive driving course, and he was given a fine of $1,207. He never reported to probation. He did not complete the 40 hours of community service that he was told to take. He has 117 days remaining on probation, and we are asking to revoke balance.
Yes, Judge, I've spoken with Mr. Smith. I've also spoken with his wife Denise. Mr. Smith tells me that he did attempt to report to probation last year and was told that he was not in the system. And when he was told he was not in the system, after a couple times did give up. I don't have verification of that. That is what Mr. Smith tells me. His wife Denise did also tell me that she went to the probation office last week. She reports that she went on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then on Monday and Tuesday, similarly, she was told that he's not in the system. And on Wednesday, she tells me that they did find him in the system. It appears his name and birthday, his name was misspelled and his birthday may have been inaccurate. Although I did talk to Officer Brooks about this yesterday, and she says that the misspelling wouldn't have been enough not to find him, but this is what Denise is telling me. And that once they found him in the system, that Mr. Smith's wife did pay a substantial amount of the fees down as a gesture of goodwill. I believe she made a $450 payment yesterday on Mr. Smith's behalf. We talked about the requirements of probation at length. Mr. Smith understands what needs to be done. He has been on probation before. He was on a felony probation for many years that overall, for the most part, he was able to meet the requirements. He knows how to do probation. He understands the requirements. He does have 2 kids at home for whom he's the primary caretaker. He also owns his own barbershop, and this probation violation is the only thing currently holding him. So the longer he is in jail, the more his business and his kids are at risk. Mr. Smith does tell me he did start the community service hours, although he is concerned he may have to start over again because I believe there's a specific form that we need to fill out. So, I think some mistakes were made here, but I think we're all really on the same page now. Mr. Smith knows exactly what needs to be done. And I think he's motivated to do it, Judge. So we're just asking if you would consider reinstating his probation today. He still has 117 days. It's lots of time left to prove something and get something done.
Okay, and he has your contact information, Ms. Vigilante, if something goes wrong?
He has mine, Denise has mine, Denise has my cell phone number. So we are 100% on the same page.
Okay, we're gonna give you the opportunity to get this done, Mr. Smith. Just go ahead and knock this out so you can put it behind you. If you have any problems with probation, as you say you did, then you contact Ms. Vigilante, but I'll reinstate you. But if you come back before me again, for any reason, I don't want to have to revoke any time to make you sit in jail on some traffic charges. But if you don't do it, then I'll have no further recourse. You understand me?
Sure. I'll be done with this in no time, sir. I apologize to the court. And I just want to say thank you. But honestly, I did come. I know I'm gonna go that far. I did come, but I'm just feeling sick right now, man. So I can barely stand up.
Officer Brooks?
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to ask that he be given a strict deadline for completing that defensive driving course of 30 days upon his release, if he's to continue on probation.
That's perfect. That's
Okay,
perfect.
so get it done and get the defensive driving done in 30 days. You should be able to get everything done in 30 days. You might have some difficulty with the payment. I understand that, but you'll have longer on that. But just go ahead and get the community service and the defensive driving done, so it'll be behind you. So you'll only have the money to pay. Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Smith.
All right.
Anyone else we can take right now?
Not going to, Your Honor. We're waiting for jail court's iPhone to get someone else for you.
Okay. Ms. Vigilante, and Mr. Smith, can we go? There are a number of people that we're not going to be able to see today. Can we go through the calendar to request reset dates? Officer Brooks?
May I be excused, Your Honor? That was my last case.
Is that everybody? On this calendar that I just got, do we take up position 11, Kiera Tigner?
She's going to be seen by Judge Porter on the 11th.
Okay. All right. So we've gotten everybody. Yes. Thank you, Officer Brooks. I appreciate it. You have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
I'm sorry, this is Joe from, Joe Court's iPhone. I got a question about, positions 1 and 3, Mr. Adams. Mr. McLean, does he need to do a breakout session with him?
McLean. Okay, what about Adams?
Say it again.
It was kind of breaking up. You're inquiring about position 1, 2, 3 Adams.
Yes, do you need to do a breakout session with him?
That would be fine. I'll go to the window where we get good breakout, reception.
Okay, yes, I have to, I'm on my way down there now.
Well, no, we still have a guy in here.
I'm about to take them out.
We're about to lose, the presence of our last inmate, so we could do a breakout on this screen as well.
Okay, well,
I can go get him before I go to, positions, 17 and 18.
Because other stuff is happening, it might be better to do it. He's gonna get some other people. I'll do it here. No, here's fine.
Okay.
If it gets complicated, we'll just do it on the phone, but we can do the breakout either way.
Okay.
Here's fine. Okay, thank you.
so Mr. McLean and Ms. Vigiletti, can we go through just the calendar real quick, for the people that we have not done yet? Position 8, Elijah Bowens, what are we gonna do with them today?
Yes, Alicia was the woman at ACDC. I did speak with her. If possible, we'd like to reset to April 9th. Our social worker is working with her on some housing.
Okay, so we'll reset position 8 for a week until April 9th. Position number 9, Daryl Calloway.
So Mr. Calloway was struggling a little bit differentiating between past and present yesterday. I'd like another chance to go talk with him and see if I can get some clarity from him. So I'm just requesting a reset on that case as well.
Okay, when would you like it reset until, Ms. Vigiletti?
I'm not sure how the calendars are looking. Is 4/9 okay?
Okay, yes, so we'll reset him for a week also, 4/9. Let's see, position number 17, Daquan Jackson.
Oh, that's ready for.
That's gonna be a plea.
Yes.
Okay. Position 22, Richard Moses.
That's a reset request. A week would be fine.
Okay, 4/9 reset for positions 22 and 23. Position 24, Monte Price.
Yes, Mr. Price, he was recently convicted of a sentence that was sending him to state prison. He has appealed. He's requested to withdraw that plea. We should be getting an answer from the judge for that today. And he just didn't want to proceed with this case until he knew whether his plea was going to be able to be withdrawn. So I am requesting a reset. We could reset him as early as this Thursday if there's room. But I do think he'll be here for a while, so I don't think it's urgent. So Ms. Lewis, you tell me what the best date is.
You're on mute, Ms. Lewis, if you're
I just
speaking to
realized
us.
that. I'm sorry. If he's gonna be there for a while, we can reset him 2 weeks out to 4/16.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, position 24, reset till April 16th. 25, Purnell.
Purnell is the Alpharetta person. It's let's see. It's going to be a time served balance suspended offer as soon as we convey that to him. So if it's possible to have him today, that'd be great.
Okay, is he gonna be on the line? Do we know?
Is the jail able to get him on the line from the other jail?
It's just Alpharetta. It's right here in the county, so it's Alpharetta. Should be pretty straightforward for him.
Well, somebody's gonna have to do it, I think is the point. So who? Who's gonna contact Alpharetta Jail?
I'm talking right now. I'm asking the officers right now.
They're,
Okay.
Svetlana is finding out, how to contact them right now.
Okay. I'll hold for that. Position 29, Simpson.
Simpson, what's the, deal on Simpson?
Mr. Simpson would like to enter a not guilty plea this morning. He waives his presence and arraignment. I will submit that in writing to you after court, Ms. Lewis.
Okay, so 29 will be a waiver. Position 30 and 31, Jacob Smith.
So Mr. Smith is in Odyssey, it shows him as outsourced out of county. I'm not sure where he is. There's no specificity.
Okay, so we need to find him.
Yes.
I'm good.
And it looks like the recommendation is not time served. Do you want to reset him for a week to try to locate him?
Sounds great. Thank you.
He's not
Okay.
being jailed on this case either.
Okay, so we'll reset him until
We could do,
4/9 as well. And position 38, Cortez Wright.
So I spoke with Mr. Wright's trial attorney as well as his felony attorney. Both of them have requested mental health evaluation, so we are obligated, I think, to wait until the results of that.
2 weeks. Well, if you want to start with 2 weeks.
Sure.
who are we
Okay.
talking about? Thomas, position 34?
No, 38, Cortez Wright.
So do you just want to put them on a mental health on a competency calendar, or you just want to put back on a regular SAP?
Either way is okay for me. He has an eval pending, so if we put him on the competency track, I'll just let Mr. Bartels know the reason.
Yeah, we'll put them on the eval. The one was already submitted on this case, or no?
I have been told that one is already submitted, but I will double check it and make sure that's actually in process today after.
Well, PD Vigilante, if I can just clarify, is one submitted in this case or are they submitted in the felony cases?
So I've been told by both the misdemeanor and felony attorney that they independently submitted an evaluation. So there may be two pending, but I will find out for sure. So if we need to get paperwork in, we can get that in today.
Which calendar will you reset him to, Ms. Lewis?
If he's got, if there's no eval on this case, I will have to put him back on a regular SAP until we can set out to the 16th to determine from that point. Hopefully they'll have enough time. So 4/16, would that be enough time to
Why
get?
don't we just go ahead and put him on a Thursday calendar? So,
Okay, well, it'll be 4/18 then.
okay. And Ms. Lewis, it's my understanding that 34 and 35, that they've been released.
Yeah, I just noticed that. Yeah, they're being released. Also, there's a person that got rearrested. I know the state, it said that he was in there, but he was put back, got arrested on the April the 1st, and that's Mr. Position number 7. He's back in jail.
Okay.
He got rearrested on April the 1st. So he is currently in jail. At the time when the calendar went out, he was out of jail. Now he's back. So
Thank you.
I don't know if anybody talked to him, or that's position number 7. He is currently at the Fulton County Jail on a new arrest.
Okay, Mr. McLean is gonna talk to him and see if we can get that resolved today.
That's Mr. Bolton, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Bolton?
Yeah, Mr. Bolton,
that's
Mr. Bolton has been rearrested.
Okay, that's my case. So You know, he is in Union City. Is he here in Fulton now? Do you know?
I was about to say, I'm looking at his status on the jail screen, PD Vigilante, and it says loan out. So under cell, it says loan out GRA, which I think means Grady,
Grady.
but I'm not 100%
It's
sure.
Grady. It says Grady.
Yeah, and he's got pending all of his charges that he's currently in custody for are felony charges.
Okay, if he is at Grady and has a lot of pending felonies, I think we maybe are not gonna be able to handle that today. So
So-
perhaps we could reset him as well.
416, give him some time,
Okay,
'cause he got a lot of felonies.
Okay, I think that we'll take care of everyone except the ones that we need to see today. Anyone else we need to address?
I don't believe so.
That's it.
Okay, so we will hold until someone's ready. Let's see, Jacob Smith's mother was trying to get in touch with someone. Ms. Smith, if you're on the line, your son has been reset till April 9th. So you can rejoin us on April 9th. We will hear his case at that time.
Miss Smith, can I give you my number in the chat? Cause I was having some difficulty finding your son.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I'm gonna put my cell phone number here, okay?
Okay, who do we have at the Alpharetta jail?
Purnell. Purnell.
Yes.
You know the case number? I mean, the position number?
Which position?
35 or 25. 25.
Purnell, okay. And what are we doing with Mr. Purnell today?
I'm going to convey an offer to him, Your Honor. This should be rather brief because I rarely see a case this simple.
Okay, do you want me to put you into a breakout room?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, Alpharetta Jail, can you unmute for us? Okay, very good. Mr. Purnell, we're gonna put you into a breakout room with your lawyer, Mr. McLean, so you can discuss your case, okay?
Exactly.
All right, so we can go ahead and get that done.
Okay, Judge.
Ms. Grace, thank you. We'll be in recess until they return. Ready to proceed, Mr. McLean?
Let me unmute there. Yes, Your Honor, this is a time served balance suspended plea. Mr. Ken Cooley Purnell.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Purnell. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? If you can unmute there for me, Alpharetta Jail, please. Yes, Mr. Purnell, do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Thank you, Mr. Purnell. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Yes, Ms. Falk.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation on this case is 12 months, serve 6 days, credit for time served 3 days. That's from 5/23 to 5/25/23, balance suspended. So we're just going to convert that to just a time served plea.
Mr. McLean.
Your Honor, that's what he expected to hear from the state offer, and he asked the court to accept that.
No ID.
Yes, Your Honor. And I just wanted to point out that the defendant is currently in custody on a 23 CP case, so this will not affect his release.
Right, and he does stipulate to venue and identification and
Factual basis.
Factual basis, right?
Okay, thank you. Mr. Purnell, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 003283F, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Purnell. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
3 South.
Yes, we have positions 17 and 18.
Okay.
That's Daquan Jackson. That's a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Jackson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Ms. Falk?
Pesky mute button. On position 17, family violence battery, 12 months served, 250 days, credit for time served, 125 days. That is from November 30th of 2023 to today. Balance probated, 12 weeks anger management, 40 hours of community service, no further contact with Carl Moreland, and no firearms. We did have an opportunity to speak with Mr. Moreland. He stated he will not be on Zoom. He will be on Zoom today, so we would like to sound for him. He also stated that he was, he is not afraid of the defendant and wants contact, and that this was a one-time incident. He stated that he and the defendant both live at the defendant's mother's home. So that is the recommendation on position 17. On position 18, the simple battery, it's going to be 12 months, 250 days to serve, credit for time served, 125 days, balance probated, 12 weeks anger management. That can be satisfied by him completing 12 weeks anger management on the previous case, 40 hours community service, no further contact with Carl Moreland and Margaret Jones. And on the reckless conduct, 12 months probation concurrent with count 1. We did attempt contact with Margaret Jones. We do have a note in our system that she stated she does not know this defendant very well. She stayed with her neighbor in the complex. She also stated she is petrified of the defendant, that she has seen the defendant around but has not had any contact with him. She does state that she still lives in that complex and she stated that she wants a no contact and a stay away from her residence. And I can put that address into the chat.
Okay. If either Mr. Carl Moreland or Miss Margaret Jones is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, he won't see the chat because he's on the phone. I mean, on the video. I can convey that to him if I visit him after court in person. That would work. Your Honor, that is the offer that we discussed and we expected to hear today. He does ask the court to accept his negotiated plea as he, for the purposes of the plea today, stipulates to jurisdiction, that is to say venue, and also factual basis and identification.
Okay. Go
Your
ahead,
Honor,
Ms.
thank you, Your Honor. I just wanted to amend one thing. So it would be no further violent contact with Carl Moreland on the second case, and then no further contact with Margaret Jones on the second case. And that address is 1475 Meckleslin Street Northwest. Miss Jones's address is located there as well as Mr. Moreland's. However, they are neighbors. So I'm not sure, based on what I'm seeing in the report, which specific location in the apartment complex where Miss Jones lives versus Mr. Moreland.
Okay. Ms. Lewis, did you get the no further contact? Or no
I
further
was in the
violent
process of
contact?
asking her. I was kind of confused for a
Okay,
minute.
so it's no further violent contact with Mr. Moreland on both cases and no further contact with Miss Jones.
Okay,
Is that right, Mrs. Falk?
That is, Your Honor. Thank you.
but to stay
All
away
right.
from the address that you're gonna send to me in the chat.
Correct. The only issue that I have is I can't ascertain which apartment number is Miss Jones. So I would just ask him to stay away from the apartment of Miss Margaret Jones.
Okay,
Because she and Mr. Moreland both reside at that apartment complex, and the defendant resides there as well with his mother.
Okay. 3 South, if we can unmute, please. Thank you. Mr. Jackson, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 003495F, you wish to plead guilty to battery family violence. And in case 23 CR 003520F, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery and reckless conduct. Is that right?
Yes.
Under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
By counsel, are you satisfied with his representation?
Yeah.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the pleas as negotiated. Mr. Jackson, when you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation, okay? All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Mr. McLean, Mr. Adams, he's not able to be interviewed or anything. He's
We'll make another stab at it. We tried yesterday. We'll try again.
okay.
Do you want to, given that this is a time served, do you want to we'll reset this till Thursday?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor, because we're going to get on that attempt to see him right away again.
And which
So,
position is that?
1, 2,
1, 2.
3.
Thank you.
So
Yeah, all
that
3
means
positions.
4, 4. Let's see, does that complete the calendar today?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And I see a Mr. Durand on the call. Do you have business with the court, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, he's the 11 o'clock DVBW.
Yeah, we have a.
Okay. I didn't realize we had I didn't get a DV calendar. Is he the only one on it?
Yes, yes.
All
I'll
right,
send you a copy of it.
have you already spoken with him, Mr. McLean?
We spoke yesterday.
Are you ready to proceed?
Yes.
All right, what's his last name?
Let's see, Gerard, let's see, Williams.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Williams.
Good morning. Y'all can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You need to get to a steady state for us, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Ms. Falk?
Your Honor, I am currently trying to locate the same information right now. So
Oh,
if you could
okay.
just give me a moment, I can
Okay.
go back to the requisite calendar and see what I can find. All right. So I did locate the calendar, and it looks like he had a family violence battery from May 18th of 2022. It appears that the defendant was before Judge Morrison's courtroom. His bond was ordered forfeited on March 22nd of 2024 when he failed to appear for arraignment on that date. And there was a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services issued when he was released on September 7th of 2023 at SEA. And so that is my understanding of this case. It looks like there was a reset to today's calendar issued on March 27th, which was 5 days after he failed to appear for arraignment.
Ms. Falk, was the time of the missed arraignment session about 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
That would be correct.
Thank you. You know, I can summarize his position and we can quiz him a little bit if the please court.
Okay, you go ahead.
He was going to his plea and arraignment session at approximately 1 o'clock, or maybe exactly 1 o'clock that afternoon, and he had a car wreck. So he was not thrown in the ambulance and taken to the hospital, but it took a bit of time to deal with the car wreck. I believe his car was extensively damaged. I think he told me it was totaled, if I remember correctly. As soon as he got free of that, he went over to the court, but everybody was gone. So then he went and got on this session. Now he tells me he does have available a police report that shows the time and date of the car wreck. Mr. Williams, were you able to try to shoot that to me by text photograph?
Yes, yes, I sent it to you, and I can send it to you again now as we speak.
Yeah, because I didn't on the phone that I called you on, I was in the jail parking lot. I didn't get a text photograph from you yet, but Your Honor, he and I discussed the fact of the wreck, and it sounds like there really was a wreck. I'll just put it that way. But he didn't have to go to the ambulance, but it was a hassle because this car was extensively damaged.
Yeah, and I also came down there too I came down there the same day, but the court was over. I received that paper, but I sent it to you though.
They were gone, so he had to show up at the clerk's office later.
Well,
yeah,
Your Honor, I have no problem agreeing to lift the bench warrant if I can see that police report.
Right. Right.
You can check your messages. The police report. You got the police report and number on it.
All right. See, the thing is, okay, I just got attachment 4 images. And the thing is, we're in an interior courtroom and the window is across the hallway in a medical record. So I might have to step away. We might have to take a break for about 60 seconds, 120 seconds for this thing to download through that window where we get good reception.
So why don't we just do this?
Can you send it to me?
Can you send it to Ms. Lewis?
He could just send it to Ms. Lewis, but you can email as well, right?
Okay, I have to save it and try to attach it to the email.
Right. But do you have an iPhone?
Yes, I do. I'm trying to say to pull the
If you're doing an
attachment.
email, the lower left-hand corner, you click on that attachments and then it allows you to photograph it.
Email.
Technology is fun.
Hold on, let me see. Email. So. And who I'm sending it to?
Miss Lewis, if you would.
If you're ready, I'll give you my email address. Let me know when you're ready to type it.
I'm ready to type it.
Okay, it's gonna be C, the letter C as in cat.
Okay.
A as in apple, T as in
Okay.
Tom, R as in Robert, I as in Isaac, N as in Nancy, A as in apple, dot, then it's gonna be my last name, Lewis, Lewis. Let me know if I'm going too fast. You ready for the rest?
Yeah.
It's gonna be the @ sign. And this is gonna be
Okay.
all in one word. Type the word Fulton, Fulton. The word county, County. Then G as in girl, A as in apple, dot, GOV.
Can you said what's after you said Fulton County, Georgia?
No, it'd be Fulton County, GA, dot, G as in girl, O as in Oscar, V as in Victor.
So it's .gov.
Yes, correct.
And that's it.
That's it.
I'm gonna die here.
I sent it, man. Did you receive it?
It's gonna take a second. It should get over here quicker than the jail. And then I'll forward it to Mr. McLean and Ms. Falk.
Thank you.
I'm still waiting for it.
Mr. Williams, on the 4 attachments you sent, the 4th one is now downloading. The first 3 pages were just court papers. But I was wondering if one of these is going to be the actual accident report.
Yeah, it's the one. It's the one that say it's the one that say City of Atlanta.
Okay, it's going to be the last one that's downloading to me now.
Just got it.
I can't believe I'm lucky enough for it to download it all in this room.
I think I just got one. This just has the City of Atlanta, the case number, officer. It doesn't. I'll forward it, yeah.
Yeah, I see the court papers where he did this and that with, but Mr. Williams, what I'm not, okay, I see South Metro towing. Work order. Okay. Abandoned motor vehicle hand delivered notice. This is about towing a car, I think. But
Okay, that's the one. It should be the police report.
All right, well, what about the wreck that happened on the day of court?
Is you didn't get the one with the where it say City of Atlanta incident number?
No, I don't have that. I got 4 sheets.
Is he asking us to take that number and go onto their website and look at it?
I've got something that says City of Atlanta incident number, Officer Wilson, but it's not a police report.
And it has no date on it or any other information to tell me it happened the day of the incident and the day of arraignment.
Only reason that's what they gave me. I didn't get no. I wasn't in the wrong, so that's probably why I didn't get no ticket. I didn't get no ticket, but that's what the officer gave me. And at South Metro Towing, and you see that say on the 22nd. That's when they towed my car. Like they towed my car after the police report because they totaled it. All that came on the same date, and that other piece of email I sent you, that's for when I came into the court office right after the fact, trying to see was I still trying to make it into, and that's when they told me, that's when they gave me the information.
We're used to seeing those pieces of paper because that's our clerk's file. We're used to seeing those where you change your address. What I'm looking for is, did they fill out a police report that said on such and such a day, a car got hit by another car? City of Atlanta.
No, I probably have to go on to that site. I can pull up my insurance, like they email, like I ain't go down there. Let me try to pull up my email.
And
why don't we do this, Mr. Williams?
Because they didn't give me no report. They just told me like contact them like seven days after, and I can go.
Okay, Mr. Williams, it's been more than 7 days, so I don't want to hold everybody on the line this morning. I'm going to reset this until Thursday. You go get that police report and get it to Mr. McLean before that date so he can get it to Ms. Falk by Thursday, and we can address this on Thursday. Okay, go get the police report. So you're going to need the police report anyway. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So we'll see you back at 11 o'clock on a DB calendar on Thursday, and hopefully you'll have that. He has your contact information, obviously, Mr. McLean. So get the police report to Mr. McLean before that time. Okay?
Okay, I'll send it to him. I'll send it to him today. I'll have it in a second. I just thought that report was cool, but I'll send it to him like today. I'll send it to him.
Okay, all right, and he'll get that to me. If you send it to him today and he gets it to Ms. Falk and she agrees, then you can go ahead and lift the bench warrant. So as soon as you get it to him, the better for you. Okay.
Okay.
And Mr. Dorado, if you don't get it in the time enough matter, the case will be reset to 4/11. You'll come back on the same time like you did today and use the same Zoom link that you received today for this court.
Okay.
It'll be the same Zoom link for Thursday.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'm assuming we need to go over the calendar. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
We do.
Can I make one request? Can I ask Mr. Williams to just stick with us? The reason why is because once I got the case number, I sent the request to my investigator to see if he can pull it off of Mark 43. If he can get it by the end of court, then I'll have an answer as to what that report says.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Ms. Falk.
Thanks.
Okay, I can wait around.
So, all right.
All right, everybody ready to go over the calendar? I'll start with the probation revocation calendar. Position 1 and 2, which is going to be Brent Bartle. His case was commute to time served. His cases were closed successfully. Position 3 and 4 on my calendar is going to be Clifford Clark. That's going to be reset to a probation revocation for 4/16 for both cases. Position 5 and 6 on my calendar is Thomas O'Malley. That's reset probation revocation for 4/9. That's also with 7 and 8. He's on my calendar.
Right. Because those are so similar, 3 and 4 are so similar to 7 and 8. 5
yeah, it's just there's two the same. It's just the warrant itself. So 5,
all,
6, 7, 8. All of them for 4/9.
Okay.
Number 9, which on my calendar is Roderick Smith. He got reinstated. His case is his probation is reinstated. He must complete the defense driving course within 30 days of release. And position 11/12, which is on my calendar, is Kiera Tigner. She's reset for April the 25th and at 10 o'clock before Judge Porter for her revocation hearing. Okay. We're going to go to the regular calendar now. That is position 1, 2, and 3. It's going to be an add-on for this coming Thursday for Mr. Gregory Adams. Position number 4 was a plea. Position number 5 was a plea. Position number 6 was a plea. Position number 7 is reset for SAP for 416. Position number 8 is reset for SAP 49. Same announcement on position number 9, reset for SAP 49. Position 10 and 11 is reset for SAP 416. Position number 12 was a plea. Position number 13 was non-pros. Position number 14 was a plea. Position number 15, defendant was released, case reset further. Position 16 is reset for the SAP 49. Position 17 was a plea. Position number 18 was a plea. Position number 19 and 20, defendant waive arraignment, cases reset for trial further notice. Position 21 was a plea. Position 22 is reset for SAP 49. Same announcement for 23, 49. Position 24 is reset for SAP 416. Position 25 was a time served plea. Position 26 is reset for SAP 49. Position 27, the bond was modified to $1,000 SOB through the jail. Stay away from the incident location and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Position 28 was a plea. Position 29, reset for trial further notice, defendant waive arraignment. Position 30, reset for SAP 49. Same announcement for 31, 49. Position 32 was a plea. Position 33 was non-pros. Position 34, reset further notice, defendant is released, and same announcement on 35. Position 36, defendant waive arraignment, not guilty, cases reset for trial further notice. Position 37 was a plea. Position 38 is going to be reset to the competency calendar for 418. Any questions?
Got it.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is all plea paperwork. I got all your non-positive orders, Ms. Falk. Thank you.
Okay, and it looks like I do have a report from Mr. Sanders, my investigator. So hold on, let me open that up. It was dated March 22nd at 9:20 a.m. And yes, driver 1 was Gerard Williams. So let me just make sure that matches up with our date of the, and that matches up with the date of arraignment.
Okay, so you'll agree to set aside the
Yep, I'm agreeing to set it aside, Your Honor.
Okay, you'll prepare that, Mr. McLean.
I will.
You with us, Mr. Williams?
There he is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still with y'all.
Okay, we got the report, so the bench warrant is going to be set aside.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. In the future, if something happens, try to contact a clerk or try to contact someone because they don't want to have to put a bench warrant out for you.
I know.
Mr. Williams.
I was trying to, when I called them, they just told me to come down there, and that's when they did. I came down there, and I think that they.
Mr. Williams, the judge is talking. Hold on.
Oh, my bad, Judge.
No, you're fine, Mr. Williams. I just don't want you to get in trouble, or get locked up for any reason.
Okay.
So if you try to contact people, if something happens, people understand, but try to keep contacting them. I know you did go on down there, but try to see somebody and let them understand that you're just not, shirking your responsibility. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Williams.
All right. Thank you.
All right, you'll get notification of your next hearing date. And let's see, if nothing further from anyone, you all have a good rest of your day. I appreciate it. Good to see you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Okay, thank.
Thank you, Judge. I'll get the paperwork over as soon as possible.
Okay.
Mr.
Dee
McLean, are you
appreciate
coming tomorrow? Huh? I'm sorry, Ms. Vaughn. What you said?
Sorry, sorry, Ms. Liz. Edie McLean, are you gonna be able to prepare the order to lift bench warrant on Mr. Williams' DV bench warrant case?
I'm gonna run over to Ms. Lewis's office and, I can do that from my office. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
we'll
you.
get that
I
done.
guess I'll be expecting
We'll get
Mr.
that done.
McLean in my office today.
But this time I'm not gonna stop for the sandwich on the way.
Okay, Mr. McLean,
I've got
I'll be
Cliff
waiting for you,
bars.
sir.
I've got Cliff bars, so I'm good.
All
And
right.
yes, Ms. Lewis, I'll be in G33 all day tomorrow and Thursday.
Okay,
Okay?
okay.
All right. See y'all later.
All right, I'll take care. Thank you.